in the more that exists within all life. Know that each step you take is most preferred. For when you are ready to move into the wanting, the desiring, into the seeking more, of course, will always be given. And if you are not in that mode now, if you perhaps believe that you have discovered all that you need to know, then that is most certainly fine. But know that there is always more that awaits your engagement and wanting and knowing. Or wouldn't life be a bit boring if you had discovered already all that is? And do you see that it is a mere impossibility to do such? Or if you were able to do this or that in a most knowingness sort of way, you would not need the mind, the ego, and all those added components that are available for you to enlist to navigate this life. You also know of your unseen entourage, those that await your engagement, those that await your wonderment, those that await your questioning of why this or that is as it appears to be. For do you see that oftentimes what you conjecture and what you believe is not as it is interpreted to be? And this is because of the perspective that you hold. The perspective that this or that must be a certain way, or this or that is this way because of a past experience or understanding that you have incorporated into your being and world through life experience. And do you see that life experience was perhaps a time ago and is not even a part of the dynamic which does then exist this day? And so if you will look at life in that way, if you will look at life in the way of that this or that moved you into choosing a certain pathway, a certain direction in which to go when you needed to make a decision as to which way to proceed, if you will look at that past occurrence in its limited time frame, in that limited time frame in which it did exist from, then you will see that the nowness of this time may not be as that one was. And this is why we encourage to release beliefs, to release perhaps understandings that you have held from a mental sort of way, and move from the heart space, that centered space, instead. And do you see there must be a degree of discernment? There must be a degree of awareness. There must be a degree of recognizing that there is much more in this life always to discover. For the mind does limit and block that greater awareness that you might more readily move into, for you to have not the mind or ego blocking that gateway of understanding. And so we seek for you to understand and know and to be in that expansive pathway of purpose, to be in that wonderment of knowing that there is so much more within the discovery of each lifetime, of each enterprise, of each undertaking that you might venture into when you relinquish and release the mental knowingness that had perhaps existed once before, and perhaps does now still exist. Where it is in the desiring mode, it is in the wanting mode, it is in the knowing that you must seek to elicit a deeper knowingness, a deeper understanding, a more consciously made pausing, pontificating, posture. For the pontificating is from the mind, and the posture is from perhaps a greater part of you, but not that. And so when the two do work together, and the two do fluctuate between one and the other, there must be the developing of, let us say, a muscle of understanding, so that one does soon outweigh the other, for the other does now outweigh the one. And so might you consider this as you move into this pathway of wonderment, love, and understanding. For you will find that love is the key in many regards to moving beyond what is. For when you can be in the posture of loving each moment, loving each experience, loving each opportunity that has been given to you, then do you see that more can now be, because you are not fighting against what is, but are accepting and are looking for the deeper meaning within each. And this is what we seek to impart to you this day, that there is that loving embracing of what is within the pathway, that purposeful pathway which you walk, which you travel, as you seek always in this wonderment of more.